Good to have Shabbos, my dear friends. This week, Parshas Lecha, we read about the first mitzvah that the first Jew received from Hashem. God says to Abraham, was named then Avram, he tells him, Lech, go away, and he tells him where to go. What is a mitzvah? A mitzvah, of course, means a commandment. God commands us and we do. But the word mitzvah also has the meaning of connection, like tzavta, connecting. A mitzvah connects us with Hashem. The previous Lubavitcher Rebbe gave a nice analogy. And to paraphrase, imagine there is a great scientist, very wise person, lives in a town. Next to him in a small shack lives a very simple Jew. He's analphabet, doesn't know how to read. And these two have literally nothing in common. They look at each other, they see each other, but they don't really have anything in common. So the simple person does not exist in the consciousness of the wise person. And the same thing, in his own consciousness, he doesn't see what he has in common with the wise person. He doesn't even understand what wisdom he has. And then one day, the scientist is working. His helper took off, he was sick. And the scientist was finishing a project and they needed to send it away. But he never did it on his own. He's lost. He doesn't know how to go to the post office, what to mail, how to mail. And then he sees his neighbor. And he tells his neighbor, could you do me a favor? Do you know how to mail this thing? And he says, of course. Can you do it to me? Of course, I'll be more than happy. You see, in this moment, the consciousness, the existence of that simple person was now created in the consciousness of the wise person. And it also made him feel something that he is something now. I can carry out a mission for this great wise man. You see, the distance between us and God is much, much greater than the distance between these two people. And yet, Hashem gives us mitzvahs. And it tells us, I want you to do for me. Put on tefillin, light the Shabbat candles, keep Shabbat, keep the kosher, any mitzvah, any little mitzvah that we do creates that bond. This is the mitzvah. This is why the Rebbe says this Shabbos is considered a very, very happy Shabbos. He says this is the third portion of the Torah. The first portion, Bereshit, talks about God's creation, a beautiful, happy portion, but it has a bad ending, a sad ending, people when rebelled against God. The second portion, Noach, talks about the flood, a very sad portion, but has a happy ending. Abraham was born. But in this week's portion, every single day we live with Abraham, our father, with the mitzvahs that Hashem commanded him, and with the mission that Hashem commands us. How special it is to follow the mitzvahs of Hashem. Have a wonderful Shabbos.